This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com. Hey, hasn't been a whole month, but we're back. Welcome back to the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me as always is...
Kristen, hello.
Hey, that's right, but we're back, after 2 weeks, because we got a Nightwing Annual, and we got 2 more episodes of Titans to talk about.
I have so many thoughts. I need to share them with you.
Oh, I know. If you're talking about the TV show, yeah, I have thoughts too. People, we are full of thoughts. Well, why? What did you want to get to first, the comic or the shows?
I actually think let's do the comics because I really liked the comics.
Yeah.
So let's start off on a positive note.
All right. So yes, this week we got Nightwing Annual 2, which filled in that gap. You know what happened right after Dick got shot in the head until we saw him in Nightwing 50. Pretty much. All right. It
was worth it. It was good. It makes the amnesia not as annoying.
It gives you a reason kind of why Dick is like running away.
Yes, exactly. Which as soon as it started, like as soon as he was talking with this doctor, and it was like it wasn't a surprise. Almost as soon as the thing got started, I was like, this is definitely the Court of Owls doing it, but it lays it out very well. It's a good issue. You can definitely see that there will clearly be light at the end of the tunnel, that he will remember all of his stuff. Comic book science, I don't really know how you can make it so after traumatic brain injury, someone remembers some stuff, but you can prevent them from remembering other stuff. I really hope that's comic book science and not something that real scientists could do, because that makes me very afraid. But it works really well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's comic book science. I don't think anyone can edit specific memories at this point. But yeah, I think Dan Jurgens is finally got like a regular writer on this. I mean, before, remember, they were going through writers, and I think it was just messed up and choppy because they were going through, different writers every 3 to 6 months. Yeah,
and actually it makes it, like I said, it just makes it less annoying. It has a purpose now. I mean, I guess people who are watching this will presumably have read the episode, but like, spoiler alerts, the reason his memory is messed up is the Court of Owls did it on purpose so that they could make him their Talon. Yeah. And it's not really that surprising. I wasn't blown away like, whoa, I never saw this coming. But it makes a lot of sense. It's a good development, and yeah, definitely it means that when it's time for his memory to come back, he'll be back, and hopefully when his memory comes back, we can get some like nice moments. I really hope we can see some sort of moment where he gets his memory back with Damian, because you saw from that it was very, and Damian doesn't always deal with his emotions in the most healthy way. Of course, neither does Bruce. When he punched that wall at the hospital, I was like, man, that's classic Bruce. But I think that Dick not remembering him is really hurting Damian, so I hope we get some sort of thing with them afterwards where...
Well, yeah, I think Damian's worried, and yeah, like you said, he won't show the world. It's like, come on, Grayson, get your memories back for everyone else, for father's sake. Not mine. I don't care, but yeah.
Right. But it's like, and I thought that was nice because Damian does really have a connection with Dick, and it really has to be hurting Damian that Dick doesn't remember him, particularly because Damian's so young that it's like, yeah. So anyway, I hope we see some sort of resolution with that. But
yeah, I do like that they threw that Damian stuff in, because I think he actually bonded more with Dick than Bruce, because that time Bruce was supposedly dead.
Right. Yeah. It was kind of hard to tell based on the comics because time moves differently. But yeah, it was kind of like Damian pops up and 2 weeks later Bruce is dead or something. Maybe not quite that quick, but Yeah, he didn't get a lot of time with him.
I mean, I think this might be my favorite amnesia issue so far.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And it does a good job. Like, they're doing a good job with the Court of Owls, because sort of like rich, creepy people trying to control the world. I mean, it's overdone. I shouldn't say it's overdone, because rich, creepy people probably are controlling the world, but it's not super original.
It's like a cliche.
Yeah, but they're doing a very good job building up the Court of Owls, because, as soon as those people appeared at the circus, I was like, those are not really their relatives. Like, that, they're not. Those are fake relatives.
I know. I was just like, it's kind of coincidental.
Yeah, and a part of me wondered actually if it was a fake memory there, but I think it did really happen.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it could have been it could have been a fake memory, because the only ones there were Dick and his parents, and they're long dead. So
right, but then at the end, when they like put their masks on,
yeah,
that makes me think it was real. About the only thing I was a little bit like on is him saying something about as how his parents weren't calling him Dick. And that seems weird, because they always have in the past. And it seems like, why would you start going by Dick as soon as your parents die if that wasn't what your parents called you? That just doesn't seem to make sense, that your parents would die and your life would change and you would be like, also, call me by a different name.
I mean, unless, again, that's more editing by the Owls, just, I don't know, just another
right. That could be
trollhead. Like, you're not every man Dick Grayson, you need a more royal name like Richard.
Right, that's right. There have been 3 kings named Richard. There have been no kings named Dick. I mean, I guess actually there have been 3 kings named Dick, but they didn't go by that.
That's a more modern thing.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's great. For once, it actually seems like they have a plan for. I think Dan Jurgens has a hold on this amnesia thing, and we know it's coming to an end. But so that's good.
Also, it helps explain why his family hasn't been around and why they aren't trying more to get him back on track. I mean, now that doesn't totally work, because Barbara has showed up and Alfred have showed up at the bar. But in terms of like hand-wavy plot hole stuff that often happens, I would say in comic books, it kind of helps explain, because the woman like slips him out. Like, she doesn't sign him out. She purposely, because she knows he needs to, what the Owls need, he needs to stay away from his family. So
I mean, at least it gives a reason why Dick would like be running from them and not try to give this a chance with his family.
Yeah. Right, yeah, because I mean, it kind of falls apart that, like, yes, if Alfred and Barbara can track him down, Bruce and Damien, of course, can track him down. Also, the guy was living in Bloodhaven before he got amnesia, and he goes back to Bloodhaven, so not that surprising. But, like I said, hand wavy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta do what you need.
But I mean,
yes, definitely, yeah, I'm with you. This is by far and away one of the best amnesia issues, because it explains why he's acting so weird and why he's not the Dick Grayson we want him to be, and it's a good reason why he's not the Dick Grayson we want him to be, as opposed to just amnesia.
And I mean, it's
sinister. It's sinister amnesia.
But it's a comic book, so it's like sometimes you can have a great story and the art can kill it. I like the art too. Travis Moore did the insides. Dan Jurgens himself drew the cover. I mean, great art.
Oh yeah, and I like that. I think part of Rebirth was like, whoops, we messed up trying to make the timeline consistent with New 52. But I like that. I like that Dick was very clearly a little kid in that Thanksgiving memory, so that he still would have been a kid when he went to Bruce. And he's in kind of like that undefinable kid age. Like, I don't know, is he 8? Is he 9? Is he 10? Is he 11? Is he 12? Who knows?
Whatever we want him to be.
Exactly. He's somewhere in there. He's elementary school age. Late elementary.
That's right. But yeah, that was good. I just wanted to throw out honorable mentions. No Nightwing, but Batman Annual 4. basically a bunch of like short Batman, like early Batman stories, like told through the eyes of Alfred, because it's like his like journal entries or whatever.
And that's good. That's good too.
Yeah, and it's
so that annual must be like pre-Robin.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Well, it kind of jumps around because there is a scene where they're just like, there was like one panel where Alfred's like, oh yeah, and Tim came back on the anniversary of his father's death, or yeah, but it's mostly some of the story. It's so weird because like it's like, oh, Batman had this adventure. Some were like only a page or two long. Some were only a couple panels. But yeah, I mean it's a good little one and done.
Sounds good.
And then issue 2, it's bigger because it's a black label. Harleen #2. Art's great. Story is great. But the only problem I have is like they're kind of, probably because of the movie and everything, they're kind of like romanticizing the Joker. And I'm just like.
Yeah, see, that was something that I always thought was a good take, and particularly when it was in the children's show where there's that episode Harley and Ivy, which is amazing. How Ivy was like, he's a terrible guy, he's abusing you, and I thought it did a pretty good job of showing the difficulties of being in that kind of a relationship, because Joker wasn't always terrible, and she loved him, and that makes it hard to, but like you shouldn't be romanticized. Like Joker's not a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's the origin, so I guess you have to do it. But yeah, I mean, just like, it's the art too. I mean, everyone looks good in this, but I'm just like, they're just like making the Joker look, a little more boy bandish, just like more attractive. And I'm just like,
I mean, I guess in the beginning, to get her to like him, he has to be more attractive. So hopefully, maybe it get creepier as it goes along.
Well, that's like what Charlie was saying this morning. He goes, maybe they'll reveal maybe this is more through Harley's eyes. So yes,
that would make sense. That would be fair.
So, those are some pretty good books from DC this week.
Nice. What's up with Drake? Is he still?
I don't think there's been another issue of Young Justice yet, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. So he's still wearing his UPS outfit and.
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah.
Drake. And nobody said, like, nobody said anything about it he's kind of cut off from the rest of the Bat family right now, isn't he?
Yeah, well, him and Young Justice, they're kind of like lost in the multiverse. So yeah, there's like,
Okay, but is that the only book he's in right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, so no one's had a chance to say anything yet.
Because I mean, if he and Damien's gonna rip that costume.
Oh yeah, the name, everything, yeah. You look like a turd, Drake.
So. I almost hope they write an issue about that.
I know. All right, we're gonna talk some Titans.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, we got 2 episodes. Titans. Okay.
Well, let's start with Jericho, because I thought Jericho was a good episode. It was, I don't want to say predictable, but I mean, going in, we had kind of talked about. Surely there's going to be something where it's, because Dick and these guys are a hero, it's misplaced. I don't want to say misplaced guilt, but it's not like Dick, cut his throat or straight up murdered Jericho. And of course, that was what happened. Dick didn't, actually kill Jericho. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool in that regard. But yeah, Jericho's a cool guy, and I thought the episode was good. Your thoughts initially?
Yeah, I had the same thoughts. I mean, we knew something was going to happen to Jericho. We knew it wasn't, going to be Dick's own hand that kills him. He tries to save Dick from Deathstroke, and you knew Dick wasn't going to beat Deathstroke, especially in this flashback as Robin. When the beatdown comes, it's going to come as Nightwing.
For sure.
Yeah, when he puts it back together.
Yeah, so I thought it was a good episode, although then I read some IMDb's reviews where people were kind of like, why did Deathstroke, after he stabbed his son, why didn't he just stab Robin right then? And I was like, okay, reasonable point. They were also like, if Deathstroke had made that comment, I could hear you breathing, then why can't he, hear that Jericho's behind him? And so I think the main lesson is always look before you stab. Because, and so the more I thought about it, it was evident that it was kind of going to be contrived. And so, like, my initial reaction was just like, okay, thank God I'm accepting this, because Titans is a little bit darker interpretation than I'm used to. And even though I was like, there's no way Dick would actually murder him, I won't lie, a small part of me was like, what if they seriously have Dick actually murder Jericho? So as soon as it was obvious that he didn't, I was like, whew. So I think that made me satisfied. But yeah, it is a little bit like, okay, yes, that's awesome. Jericho throwing himself in front, and it makes sense. But also, like, why did Deathstroke like just stab and not look where he was stabbing?
Yeah. I mean, like, out of the two, I like this episode better. I mean,
definitely.
There was some good stuff. I mean, like when Jericho leaps into Hank and makes him dance, he's just like, wait, what did you do? And what, did I just throw my groin out?
Yeah, I mean, overall the episode was great, and I thought, good, but but then I went online and I saw some people like kind of quibbling with how Deathstroke ended up killing Jericho, and I was like, okay, I can see that. I felt like it's kind of one of those hand wavy things again that kind of, it doesn't entirely make sense that, like, on the surface it makes sense with, the Court of Owls psychiatrist neurosurgeon, she slipped Dick out the back and he's been lost to his family. Like, that makes sense, but on the other hand, no, it doesn't make sense, because, like, Batman can find anyone. How could he not find Dick when he goes back to the exact same place he was living before? And in this one, and I felt it was that way. Like, when I'm watching it, I was like caught up. Oh my gosh, Deathstroke, was trying to stab Robin, and he ended up stabbing Jericho, who's such a good guy, that he threw himself in front of Dick, presumably assuming that my dad won't stab his own son, which turned out to be wrong. But then once, you kind of, I was like, okay, I can see how that, first glance makes sense, but, as comic book nerds, as we like to quibble, I can't understand how you have quibbles with it.
Yeah, and I mean, too, I think it's like they're both flashbacks, so it's kind of like, okay, here's where we're at. So we kind of have to fill in the middle there.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, just the nature of fiction, it's like, yeah, they can't beat him the first time, or else we're not going to have a story. So, stuff has to happen, which I get too, because in the second episode, Atonement, but I'm just like, really? Everyone's going to walk out on Dick except for Gar? Everyone? No one's going to be like, it's an accident, especially that scene we get with Hank and Dawn later. When they're blamed for the death of a child, I'm like, they're not like, oh, hey, this is what Dick feels like. Right.
So, yeah, hold on, though. You're jumping ahead, Phil.
I know. That just angered me, though.
I know. Anything else about Atonement? Or, I mean, no, not Atonement, about Jericho?
No, I mean, it was good, even though we kind of knew what was going to happen.
Right. But I liked that they came clean with everybody. And so, like, Jericho knew what he was getting into. Which that's actually one thing that kind of leads me into something that was commented on in Atonement that is maybe a bit of a quibble with the show as it's been going as a whole that I didn't realize I had until all of a sudden, bam, it hit me in the face, which is, why are they not fighting crime more? It's like they're only ever working on this one big project. Like, we never see them going on patrol or, like, beating up muggers or something, because now, jumping to Atonement, and yes, we definitely need to talk about your first thing. But, when Gar makes mention to Connor, well, once everybody sees what we're doing here, they'll know they have to come back. That's not a direct quote, but that's the gist. And it's like, absolutely, 100%, Gar, you're on top of it. But I think part of the problem is we haven't seen what they've been doing that will help everybody realize. It's like we're being told, and this is just because I'm grading student papers and I'm always like, show me, don't just tell me. But I feel like they're just telling us, like just through Gar telling us, we're saving the world. We're like, oh, you're saving the world. But we haven't actually seen them be saving the world or like making a difference in San Francisco. And I kind of wish we'd seen that, because then we'd have a better sense. Because I feel like surely everybody who watches the show, like, knows stuff about these characters, so they don't really need the backstory. But if I was pulling someone in that didn't know, they would probably be like, why are you taking Jericho in? Why are you taking Rose in? Like, why are you taking these kids in to this place and training them like, we know, oh, yes, you're doing it because you need a place where you can be yourself and where you can use those powers for good, but we're not actually seeing them use those powers for good. And so now, yeah, it just feels like, why are you all hanging out in this apartment?
I just think, yeah, I mean, Jericho, I mean, Dick basically came out and said he was thinking that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like another child of Deathstrokes against, and the whole Gar thing, I think, you know, he was telling that to Connor. I don't know if he was trying to convince Connor and maybe himself. It's like, oh yeah, we're heroes. We save the world, even though we, you know, haven't done much except for like Trigon and Deathstroke.
Right. Well, that's my thing is, I think that I hadn't thought about it. I think what Gar is saying is right. I just wish that they had shown them more. I mean, I guess part of it is they're like still don't have costumes, but why couldn't there have been in them taking out, them going out on patrol, just like, punch a few muggers or something, so that they could see, so that the kids could see more what they're doing. I guess that's kind of the one weird thing about the show is, every time you've had a group of Titans, like they know why they're coming together. They're like, we're coming together to fight crime. And so they get together and they immediately start fighting crime. And even if that crime is, we're helping the teenagers of Hatton's Corner get their clubhouse, like we're getting this guy who's menacing a small New England town. That's like super low stakes, kind of thing. They're always fighting crime, and they haven't really shown them doing that in the show.
That's the problem I have with some of like the modern like live action superhero stuff. It's like they don't want to be as campy, and that's fine. I appreciate that, but then it's like it seems like they go too slow almost sometimes. It's like, okay, here's what we're gonna be. Here's what we're gonna be. Here's what we're gonna be. It's like, well, we're already like over halfway through season 2. Let's see it already.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, I know I'm impatient to get the Nightwing, but it's like, okay, we're racing towards the end of season 2. Let's get, let's show us what what is the end game,
Yeah.
I would love to, like I said, that's probably gonna be the cliffhanger. Season 2 is him putting the suit on for the first time, but I would just love season 3 to open up. It's just like this fully formed team and, actually going after a threat. Maybe they fight Blackfire.
Right. Well, so yeah, let's go with that. I would say let's start at the beginning of the episode and talk it out then. Because, there's a lot going on. And some of it I thought was pretty good. And then some of it I was like, what? Which I'm sure was the same thing. You're like, what about?
Yes.
So, yes, the beginning. So Dick tells the thing, and everybody everybody freaks out. Yeah, I mean, I of course understand Rose freaking out. Duh. Oh, yeah. It's her brother. Jason, I guess it kind of fits with Jason's he kind of thing. Yeah. Well, but Gar, I'm like a non-confrontational kind of person, so I definitely would have been on team Gar. Definitely would have reacted like Gar did, like, oh, that's great that you apologize, yay,
I'm glad someone was on Dick's side. Yeah, I was glad.
Right. Well, I think Starfire was as well. I mean, Starfire, she didn't leave. She left because she had to deal with her sister. But I mean, Starfire comes from a warrior culture, so I think she probably would have been like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
Death happens. I feel like, it makes sense with Raven because, she's in the like moody teenager stage of life. So that works. I guess with I knew as soon as he started walking, I'm like, Hank's going to punch him in the face.
I know. I was like, that just hit me too.
So, of course he did. But I mean, that's who Hank is.
I know, but I saw him walking towards Dick, and I was like, oh, are we supposed to think he's going to like punch Dick, but maybe he'll give him a hug or something. I'm like, oh, how are they going to surprise us? Then he punched Dick. I'm like, oh. I
was like, he's absolutely going to punch him. Absolutely going to punch him. I thought it made, either way they would have done it, I thought it made sense. But yeah, I guess.
I don't know if
it's weird because Jericho's death is kind of weird because him saying like he died trying to save me. I don't know. Yeah, I guess because
I mean, Jericho could make his own decisions, and two, I mean, all those original Titans, it's like, you were here, you knew who this kid was.
Right, yeah. So on the one hand, I understand because they all have their issues, and I understand them being mad and walking out. But yes, I do think, well, I mean, because, you know, Rachel, you know, when she was in the car with Donna, I can't remember her exact quote, but she was like, she basically said, like, it's your fault too. And so, yes, I would say that Dick is most guilty because I think it was his idea. And then, of course, like, yes, Jericho was killed trying to protect you. But that's, I mean, I guess I feel like the thing that you should feel more, the worst thing was deciding to go after through his family. But then, like, once you told Joey, I keep wanting to call him Joey because, like,
that was his name in the comic. Right. Yeah,
I know. So, but once you tell Jericho, like, what's up, what you were doing, and he decides he wants to be a Titan, yeah, I don't think it's as, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're mad because Dick went there and I guess the thought is like, well, if you hadn't been there, he wouldn't have had to save you from Deathstroke.
Maybe if you had brought the whole team.
That's true. But I didn't know if Dick was, I mean, because he just saw Donna all ripped up.
Yeah.
My thought, I guess I don't know if he was thinking I need to, like, get Deathstroke, or if he was thinking I need to make sure Deathstroke's not going to do anything to Jericho, because
I thought he went by himself because he was trying to protect the rest of the team.
I think that too. I guess I'm wondering if they also think that, like, that was bad, that you betrayed Jericho's trust, but, like, was he going because he's like, I know where Deathstroke's going to be and this is my chance to get him, or was also part of it, and this is where I think it's difficult to say, because I feel like if this had happened in the comic books, like, Dick would be running to meet the person, or like somebody from a Titans team would be like, oh snap, we know one of us is going to be meeting individually with Deathstroke. We need to go protect and make sure Deathstroke's not doing something bad to that person, like, because Deathstroke just almost killed Donna. Is he gonna kidnap Jericho? Is he gonna, like, what's he gonna do? So I guess, or was Dick just going because he's like, I know where Deathstroke's gonna be. I want to kill him, or punch his lights out, or whatever. Maybe it's a little bit of both.
And I know I said, I think last time, that I thought Rose was the traitor, but now I'm starting to think, what if it's Dawn? Because Dawn's the one, she keeps, she was telling Dick, oh, be Batman. And well, it's like, I could see this totally being a Batman, the whole Deathstroke thing and Jericho being a Batman move. And then she's like, why did you, then she's like all mad at him and stuff.
I don't know, though, because she got something that freaked her out, too.
Well, she could always plant that, though, too.
That's true.
I mean, I just wonder, out of Hank and Dawn, I mean, Hank's always the one that, that has the quick temper, and, he's always known as the hothead. So, I mean, is anyone suspecting Dawn?
Right. That's true. Well, and Hank is taking it harder than Dawn is. Because, yeah, obviously Hank got very upset.
Yeah.
So,
is she pushing him? I mean, is she pushing Hank maybe to keep that chaos going? Because remember, she was going out by herself, and she told them they had to quit, and then she was going out in costume by herself, and then they keep running to the tower and back and forth, and
yeah. So yes, on the one hand, I did understand why most people left. If they hadn't, I guess I should have known that they would have to have drama. And something would have to go on. Yeah, I mean, the thing with Joey being dead, mostly I just wish that their, like, secret stuff, that this stuff that, like, made them all angsty or whatever, was just because they just are darker and more manipulative than they are in the comics. Like, the reason Deathstroke's going after them, okay, I guess he got the contract, but then, like, it is kind of partially their fault, and that's just not who they are in the comics. Like, that's not why Deathstroke was going after them in the comics. Like, in the comics, his older son Grant took on a contract to die and to get the Titans, and then Grant died. But the Titans had nothing to do with that. Like, Grant died because the body modifications the Hive gave him backfired, or whatever. And Deathstroke blames the Titans for that. Like, that makes sense. I mean, I understand you want to have someone to blame, so you have, like, this misplaced guilt. Like, I understand Jericho's mom, Adeline, being, like, mad at Dick, and I thought her speech, made a lot of sense. I mean, it's, like, not directly their fault, like, they didn't kill him, but I mean, definitely, like, as a grieving mom, yeah, of course I would be super pissed at the Titans as well. But yeah, they're just, yeah, like, they just have a darker, I mean, whatever, it works and everything, but they're just a darker group. It's a darker backstory in this, and I don't like it quite as well. I mean,
I buy Adeline being mad
I wish they were purer like they are in the comics.
Yeah, I mean, I get her being mad at Dick for her son's death. I get that, but it's like, I know he's your husband, but Slade shares no responsibility for that. She's just, he's sitting in her house. I'm just like, you don't blame him at all.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I don't know with that, like, maybe, yeah, that was kind of, yeah, I actually thought that when she opened up the door, it was going to be Rose and Jason.
I thought it was gonna be something like, oh, maybe Jericho jumped the body or something. I was like, oh.
Right. Well, then that was another thing that somebody said on IMDb. They were like, why didn't Jericho jump into Deathstroke's body? And I was like, that's interesting, but I'm wondering if he can't because of the face thing. If, like, you have to see their actual eyes.
Or could he be trapped in Deathstroke's body?
I don't know. Isn't that what happened in the comics?
I think there was at some point, yeah, he was stuck in Deathstroke.
Well, because Deathstroke did kill him in the early 90s.
Yeah, because he was possessed by, like, an evil demon thing. Yeah.
In the Titans hunt, yeah. And anyway, okay, so yeah, it does make sense, and it also doesn't make sense that everybody left. I did crack me up. I thought Gar made a lot of... Actually, I did like the Gar stuff in this episode. I was glad for the episode. It felt like we finally got... Gar got a little more attention, like he deserves, because he is a sweetheart. And how he was like, "Wow, Dick, why are you leaving? Everyone else left. Ergo, you can stay." I thought that was hilarious. And a good point. And then he was so funny with his little Stardate log when he was the only one in charge. That was funny. And how like he was on fire the first day, and then I was like, I feel you there, Gar.
I mean, just the characterization of Dick this episode, I just didn't like, because it's like he wouldn't leave Gar there by himself. It's like, oh, hey, clean all this up, take care of Connor, call Bruce if you need to. I was just like, if anything, if Dick wanted to leave, I think Dick would have had someone come be with Gar. Just thought, oh, hey, kid, yeah, you're on your own.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we can chalk it up to, obviously he is. And I don't know if this will play into it, but obviously he is still not in his best mental state.
Yeah.
Yes, I know at the end of the episode, the one before Jericho, it was like, he was essentially hallucinating Bruce. And then as soon as he started to tell Jason, they had Bruce go away. But, like, mental health does not work like that.
Yeah, no.
You aren't feeling so guilty that you hallucinate your father figure, and then as soon as you confess, you're all better. Like, it doesn't, I mean, but maybe it does in comic books. But.
Well, maybe that's what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, that's the only way because just the ending I didn't like, because Dick was, after Adeline said she wasn't going to forgive him, he went to the airport, he was going to buy a ticket to Greenland, he wanted to get away from people, but then I guess he decides to just, like, make a scene and, like, beat some security guards so he can get thrown in jail.
Right, yes. So I was going to say, So they're setting it up. So yes, when Deathstroke is like, I'm going to, and I feel like that's why I wanted there to be more of showing them, because that's where it kind of hit me. was this episode of them patrolling or whatever, because Dick didn't reform the Titans to get Deathstroke. And I think a lot of the old Titans are under the impression that he did, but I thought that, unless I'm wrong, but I thought that he took the kids to the place in San Francisco because he was like, you guys have powers and you can help it. So, I thought that he wasn't necessarily reforming the Titans. It's not like he wasn't doing it to fight Deathstroke. He was doing it to help the kids out. And that's why I thought it would have been nice if we'd seen a little bit of them patrolling or like practice patrolling or something, because then it would have emphasized more that the Titans were restarted to give these kids something to do good with their powers, and Deathstroke came in afterwards, right? Because they didn't reform to fight Deathstroke. They reformed, and Deathstroke was like, rah.
Yeah, no, I don't think Deathstroke cares. I just think he's like, he doesn't want Dick to have anyone, so he's just like, when he says...
No, but it's because Jason said the Titans are back that, he did.
Yeah.
I just wish that they had been showing the Titans, like, doing other crime-stopping things, so it would be more obvious. Because, like I said, I'm pretty sure, Jason made that comment and Deathstroke started to gear up, but Dick had no idea in his head, like, oh, Deathstroke is going to gear up. I don't even know if he really knew Jason said that, on the TV. So he was taking the kids there to, do something good to, like, kind of be Bruce, but hopefully better, to them. So, yeah.
That's why I'm just trying to headcanon that bad ending. So I'm just like, is Dick throwing himself in jail just so it's like he's trying to show Deathstroke? There's no way I can reform the Titans. I'm in prison, So,
yeah, that's gonna be my. So I thought it was kind of cool, actually, with the first part with the cops, with Connor fighting off the cops. I was actually kind of like slightly impressed that DC would wade into that, because I always think of DC as being like very conservative and risk averse because they're a $1 kajillion company. But I thought it was kind of cool, actually, that Connor was like saving a guy who was being arrested.
Yeah.
Who was being arrested, like kind of a nice nod that just because someone's being arrested doesn't mean they're a bad guy. So I thought that was kind of cool. Of course, granted, we don't actually know if that guy is or is not a bad guy, but I thought just like, gesturing towards that, putting it out there, was kind of.
And I mean, they could get around it too. It wasn't like Connor was like, screw the cops. It was just like, he was getting flashbacks to when the, what was that, Cadmus troops came for.
Right, yeah. And so like that made sense. And, and plus Connor can like go, I mean, it's not like you can hold Connor in jail. And, it kind of made sense. Although it's not like that has happened anyway. That kind of made sense, and I felt like, oh yeah, there's a way that we can figure this out just by like, Connor is a real person, but it's not like he has an identity. It's not like they know who they're looking for. It's just like some white dude. Well, like there's millions of white dudes. Like, how are you gonna narrow that down? Like that seems that whoops, sort of thing, and it makes sense that Gar's all freaked out, but that's something that's like kind of easily fixed. Relatively speaking. But yeah, then when so I thought, my best guess is, so yes, when Deathstroke was like, you took my family, although it's like, but you still have that daughter and your wife, but whatever. Well, ex-wife, I think. Anyway, like, I get it. Deathstroke is super upset that he stabbed his own kid. I would be too. So he's like, got to be angry at somebody else. Dick, makes sense. Okay. So yeah, I understand him being like, you can't ever have a family or I will kill them all. Yeah, okay. And so I do think Dick trying to like run away, that does kind of make sense for the character, because sometimes stuff like that has happened in the comics before. Dick's been like, like, I'm toxic, I need to save all my friends and family by running away, and then they're like, no, we would rather have you than be safe, kind of thing. So that kind of made sense. But yeah, then going to Greenland, I think they wanted us to think, because you saw Gar was calling him, and I was like, maybe he'll pick up the phone and realize Gar needs his help and do that. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, don't go to Greenland. Awesome. But yeah, then instead he goes and like punches the rent-a-cop. And that's how, and I was like, the bleep. And then the episode ended. And so, yeah, I guess that's my best guess with you is maybe he was like, no, even if I go to Greenland, I'll still be tempted to help people out. So or maybe he was like, I'm responsible for Jericho's death, and I need to be.
Yeah, I think that was his. I think that was his atonement, and then I think plus he was showing Deathstroke, hey, I'm not up to anything. I'm not reforming a team. I'm in jail.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
No, I didn't like. I'm like Dick. I'm like, if Dick was, our Dick, if he would actually was going to do this, don't you think he at least would have called Gar and be like, hey, Gar, I'm not coming back, either, call Bruce and Alfred or he just wouldn't have left Gar out in the cold by himself.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can think of, I understand the, like, atonement. I can't, do this. Like, I can't even go to Greenland because I know I'll be drawn back, so I have to be in jail, so I can't get out to form a team. I just don't like that he, like, actually did something that could get you thrown in jail. I mean, because remember when the whole thing happened with Blockbuster? He just, like...
Yeah. He
just was like, oh, I killed him, you should throw me in jail. And Amy was like, you didn't pull the trigger, like... I felt like he should have gone back to San Francisco and like turned himself in and been like, I'm responsible for this kid's death, as opposed to punching someone.
Yeah, no, that's not Dick.
That seems stupid. But since he's already like pretty screwed up mentally, since he was hallucinating Bruce. But yeah, I guess the thing that is annoying to me is I'm like, how are we gonna work around that? Like that seems like kind of an annoying wrench.
Bruce gets him out of jail. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe they'll remind us like, oh yeah, he's actually a detective back in Detroit. Because remember, like, that sort of fell off the face of the earth. Like, shouldn't he have called? I mean, the cops in Detroit must be like, what the hell? Where is this guy?
Used up all your vacation time.
I know. I mean, like, we have an APB out for you. Like, maybe. So I don't know if there'll be something like that like. Kind of like how Amy, who I believe is unfortunately dead, was like, oh yeah, he was working undercover. Will Detroit be like, oh yeah, he was working undercover and he had to punch you for some reason. I don't know. I'm just like, how are they gonna work this out?
Yeah, I don't like how they portrayed in this episode.
I would say I was not as negative about it as you are until the end, and then I was just like, what? And I was confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best episode, but it wasn't terrible. Well, but one thing I did like how we got introduced to Blackfire, and it does give me hope that maybe the third season will be them in space. Or whatever, because it'll be interesting to see. I don't know what's going to go up with Deathstroke, but a part of me is like, well, if you reform the team and then go fight Blackfire on Tamarin, Deathstroke will have no idea. That'd be a great way for you to all get your feet wet as a team and not have to worry about being murdered by Deathstroke.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I'd do for season 3, but I'm not in charge.
I want to see more of the Dick Grayson we know and love.
My only thought, so the next episode is called it's called Fallen.
Yes.
So my other thought was, Deathstroke, I don't know. So Deathstroke acts like he's kind of whatevs and like he's done, that he doesn't actually want to kill them. But part of me kind of wonders, is that true, or is he just buying himself some time? Because I get that he is most annoyed with Dick, but it's a little surprising he's not also annoyed to a somewhat lesser extent with the other one, with like Hank and Dawn and Donna. So I'm wondering, is this going to be part of the thing that, because remember they mentioned earlier, oh, he's going to have to pick them off one by one. So like, does he say to Dick, yeah, what I really want is for you to never have a family. Don't, if you ever start the Titans up again, I'll kill you. And everybody is scattered to the winds. The Fallen, is he going to then pick them off one by one?
Oh, yeah.
And then Dick will realize, you've been picked off one by one. I guess I better go fight Deathstroke in my new costume.
Again, that's going to be our finale because there's only 4 episodes left.
Right. The only thing is it doesn't look in the very tiny thing on the DC universe for Fallen. It shows Gar.
Oh yeah, doesn't somebody break into the tower?
Yeah, it looks like somebody must be breaking into the tower.
Was it at Mercy Graves?
Oh, maybe that's who it was. Okay, yeah, because I was looking at it and I couldn't tell well enough. I was like, who is that?
Yeah, I thought I saw a description somewhere. Maybe it's on the app I have. Yeah, it's I think it said Mercy Graves breaks into the tower, so is that Lex coming for Connor?
Okay.
Let me see where I saw this. Oh no, not episode 9. Episode 10, Fallen. Let's see a description here. Where did I see that? Oh, maybe it was on DC Universe. But yeah, I swear I saw something that said Mercy Graves.
Okay. Well, yeah, somebody had definitely broken in and like Gar was fighting them, but they were dressed all in black and their back was to us. So I wasn't sure. I was like, who is that? I couldn't tell, and they didn't have a description up yet. Okay. Yeah, so maybe that's more of a I don't even know anymore. Seriously, Dick punching that rent-a-cop is really throwing me for a loop.
Makes no sense. I know.
The rest of it, I was like, yeah, I get this. So I don't know. I'm confused. Like Raven running away from Donna, what's she gonna do?
I was like, with Donna, it just that seems so out of left field that like Raven would just go with. She doesn't know Donna that well. It's like,
well, that's why. But then she ran off.
Yeah, I know. But again, so
went off with Donna, went off because she didn't really want to be with Donna. Yeah.
No.
And I'm like, what's going on? So much, and yeah, with everybody scattered to the winds, and yeah, too much.
I'm looking up this description because I swear maybe it was on the next episode.
Yeah, maybe.
Screen's open.
I'll go to IMDb and see if it says anything.
Well, I looked on the app, but I'm actually on DC Universe on my computer. Yeah. Fallen. Titans Tower comes under attack by Mercy Graves, it says. DC Universe on my laptop, so.
Okay, so maybe they give you more detail on, because I usually don't ever go to the website. Okay. So, sorry, it says, read it again.
Titans Tower comes under attack by Mercy Graves.
Oh, that's it? That's all it says?
That's it.
Okay. Well, all right then.
There's the picture of Gar sidekicking someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I know. I guess. Because, they kind of made it seem like the Deathstroke thing was wrapped up. I'm like, do I think it's wrapped up? Because it was like last season they had that nuclear family, and they kind of got wrapped up partway through the season.
But it's Deathstroke. He's too big. I think they're killing time until like the last episode or 2 of the season, and like I said, cliffhanger's gonna be him putting on the suit.
No, right? Yeah, that's right. You think it's not gonna happen until the end of the episode?
Yeah, no, that's gonna be.
It will be. My thought is the beginning of the episode, and he will use it throughout and defeat. But yours is probably more accurate. But
yeah. Because remember how they ended last season?
Right. Yeah. But that was because they cut it short, right? Because they only had 11 episodes.
Yeah, because the premiere of this season was supposed to be last season's finale, so I don't know why they did that.
Right. Well, because this season's now 13 episodes as opposed to 12.
Yes.
So I don't know either.
Unless it was a budget thing. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if we should reconvene the last week of November, because I was gonna say the next issue of Nightwing, issue 66, comes out November 20th, but the Titans finale is the week after.
Oh, right, the day after Thanksgiving.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, the 20. Yeah, Thanksgiving's late this year. Yeah, we should probably wait to wrap it all up.
Yeah. If it drops on Black Friday, I wonder. Maybe we can. If you have time, I wonder maybe we could do it either that afternoon or that night. Be topical.
Yeah, I mean, you won't be out shopping all day.
Well, I mean, I don't. Well, like I said, even if we do it that night or something.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah, I don't like crowds.
Buy everything online now, Amazon. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what is happening.
So should we wrap it up there?
I think so. I don't think there's anything more to say, except for the first time this season, I'm like really confused and unsatisfied.
Yeah,
because most of the endings with the cliffhangers, I've been like, I know why you like. I wish you hadn't, because I hate that kind of thing. But yet I also understand why you did that. But this cliffhanger, I'm like.
I know. Season 1, it seemed like they were kicking Dick around, and then like season 2, almost seems like we've been building him up. I'm like, okay, and then at the end of this episode, Atonement, seems like they kick him in the face again. I'm like, why did you do that? Right?
Yeah. Like I get that Jeff Johns, I think it was, said, oh, we have to build him up until he's not, like, he has to be in a good place. So I was like, oh, he's making progress. Like, it's good, even though Adeline didn't want to accept your apology, which is her right, and I totally get. Like, it's good that you did that. Like, that's part of the 12-step program. You need to, like, make amends, even if people are like, screw you. At least you were like, are recognizing I was wrong.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So yeah, I was like, yeah. And then the Greenland thing, like, and then I can't even.
They just knocked him down again. It's like, oh no, we're going too quick. No, got 4 more episodes.
Yeah. Whereas we're all like, you only have 4 episodes left. Apparently they're all, we have 4 whole episodes left.
And then what if next episode, what if it's an all Gar episode? I love Gar, but it's like, we're not going to show you what happened to Dick Grayson.
Oh man, they probably won't.
They better not do that.
Or it'll be, hopefully they'll give us a little bit about everybody, because what's Raven doing? Like we said, she just jumped out of a car and ran off into San Francisco.
Yeah.
Does she have money? Does she even know the city? She's 16 years old, 17, I don't know. Like what are Rose and Jason doing? Right, we did kind of forget. But yes, I did think that was kind of interesting. And yeah, I definitely think it was very obviously put in there by the people in the show to kind of like be something that could, nudges the viewer and could kind of nudge the characters. Because yes, before Raven hops out of the car, she says to Donna, like, you're guilty too, because you went along with the plan to do that. And then when the sister of Ellis was all like, you killed my brother, and then Hank like goes into this to this tailspin. Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, so she is. I would imagine that honestly the Titans still kind of bear more. It's not exactly parallel. Like, they still are more guilty in what happened to Jericho because of the reason that they went to him. But yeah, it's like, Dawn and Hank, you didn't kill Ellis.
No.
But yeah, you can totally understand their sister being super upset with you because Ellis is dead because he knew you. That's not your fault. That's Dr. Light's fault for being a jerk and murdering Ellis. But Dr. Light's not around anymore, and you are. So, yeah, the sister's going to be mad at you.
Yes.
So, yeah, that was kind of a good touch, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. They just need to turn the Dick Grayson stuff around.
They just need to be more heroic.
Yes.
That's
You got Hank and everyone else to be dark. Give us Dick Grayson, hero.
Well, right. Well, and I just think in general the gritty. I know that's what they want, but it's working out overall better this season. But there is still a profound lack of superheroing.
Yeah.
And that's what the Titans do. We need more heroing because they're still building the team.
Mm-hmm.
How many seasons is it going to be before we can just fight bad guys?
That's what I'm saying. Get the team together and then go stop Blackfire.
Right. Yes, that would be great. Yeah, and also when you're trying to stop people, wear your costumes. What's even the point of having them if you go out to fight Deathstroke wearing jeans and a hoodie?
Well, and that's the other thing. I mean, he goes to Deathstroke's wife and he says, "Oh yeah, my name's Dick Grayson." I'm like, not even a fake name or anything.
Well, he knows Deathstroke knows.
I guess but he didn't know Deathstroke was there. I mean, did he know for sure the wife knew?
No, I don't know. I don't think he really. Yeah, they're very careless about their secret identities in this show.
Well, I mean, it's not just his secret too. I mean, Dick Grayson was Robin. It's it's a hop, skip, and a jump to Bruce Wayne.
Right. Yeah, but the whole show they have really not been that careful about their secret identities. But yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, that's true. I guess he figured the mom was.
It's live action. All these guys their faces on camera.
I guess, but still with the. Yeah, and I mean, I guess, do you think that's part of it that is because it's live action? And so do you think that's part of the reason that they're not as in their costumes as much heroing is because of budgetary constraints? Because an animated show, it doesn't really, you're animating all of it. So it doesn't really matter, I guess, if you're animating a fight scene or if you're animating everybody sitting around having a heart-to-heart talk. But I mean, I assume that it's cheaper to film everybody sitting around on a set having a heart-to-heart talk than everybody beating people up.
And it's quicker and easier. You don't have to put everyone in their costumes and stuff, I guess. But it's just makes stuff seem so slow then. I don't know.
No, I mean, also, if you're going to make us pay for a thing that has these special shows on it, people are paying. I mean, it's probably not bothering me as much as it's bothering you, but it is a little, but I was kind of you have your costumes. Why are you just going out into the sewers? Jason Jason went missing as Robin. You're not looking for Jason Todd. You're looking for Robin. So why are you all just out there dudes looking for
All right, we're working ourselves up. Let's get out of here.
Okay, yes. People are gonna be man, they're so whiny.
Yeah. So look for us maybe a day or two after Thanksgiving. We'll wrap up this Titan season. We'll talk the next issue of Nightwing, which is 66, I believe. So email us. Let us know what you're thinking about Titans. Let us know what you're thinking about the comic book. capesandlunatics@gmail.com.
Hopefully at the end of the month, Phil will be filled with satisfaction because he will finally have gotten Nightwing.
And pie. And call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And a nice, easy way to find all of our social media links, go to Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. You can find all the Capes and Lunatics social media right there. And again, I would ask Kristen what she wants to promote, but it's always nothing. So yeah, go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, the book on Amazon.
Thanks, Phil.
No problem. All right. She won't promote herself, but she'll promote the hell out of Dick Grayson. Which I don't blame her. Great character.
She deserves it.
I was just waiting for, I was like, is there going to be another statue in the back there or something? Or Look at that blue wall. I know what that means. Nope. Yep. Remember once I guess I got too lazy, but I was going to paint my downstairs bathroom with basically just I use red and black, not red, blue and black. Better not be red and black. All right. Come back next time. Remember, Graysons, keep on swinging.